This round, we're going to look at text and how to add text to your project. There's a couple of different things that you might need to know. Number one, we're in the right library. If I was in the wrong library, I could go open library. Let's say Keel test run was the right one. I could click on that and be set up. First thing we're going to do is we're going to drop a video clip down and in. That's okay. Got that up from my library. Got it down into my project. Now on the big computer, text is up here. You click on the T for text. On the small computer, the small screen computers, the text is down here. What we're going to do is we're going to take and we're going to drag this text here up top, and it will layer over the video. Whatever's on top is what you'll see. If you just want it on a black background, you could drag it into its own deal. Now let's figure out how to edit our text. You have dragged and dropped some text into your timeline. So let me come back up here, up top. Down below, if you're on the small screen monitor, I'm going to find some text that I like. There's a variety of things here. Here's this little stamp. I'm going to drag and drop this stamp onto the timeline. Come over to it, see it right here. Here's the stamp. It says Best in Show. All right, if I want it, watch this, if I drag it below the clip here, you no longer see it because whatever's on top is what you're going to see. If I drag it into its own space, you'll see it all by itself with a black background. I'm going to drag it over top of the video, and I'm going to click on the text. See how the clip is highlighted in yellow? Then I'm able to click on the text. I can click on it, mess with it here on the monitor. I can also mess with it over here in the controls panel. And I'm going to just write Mr. Keel. So I changed what the text has said. I can come to these controls down here. I can maybe make it this cursive script. Let's go. I like the way that fills up the space. I'm going to make it a little bit larger. And you can see how that worked. I still don't love this font. Let's find this Misadventures one. I can drag it. See this little dot here in the line lets me know where the text is supposed to be. Let's watch it play over the top of the video. I could even come down to the bottom. I could add a glow to it. That might not work with this one. What I'm looking for is the color controls. They're not in this part. Maybe they're over in one of these other things. So I can click around. Here it is, under the T for text. I can change the color, and I like it this kind of neon green because that is brighter. See how that worked? Now I want you to go ahead and add some text and edit that text. Change the color, change the font. Let's check this one out. Now we're going to figure out where those backgrounds are. So we click on the T for text. Obviously, remember if you're on the small screen, it's down over in this part of the screen. I'm going to go ahead and find the generators. So up top is titles. I can minimize that, make it smaller so I don't see everything in the titles. Down here is generators, backgrounds, elements, solids. I'm going to do a blob background because it gives me some settings to mess with, and I can teach you a little bit with this one. All right, so I have this blob background here. It's these blue and purpley colors. I dragged it and I dropped it. I could use this background for, you know, a fancy way to put down, like, say, my scrolling credits, the end of the movie. Of course, things are moving slow since I'm demoing it to you. So I have the scrolling credits. I can put them over the top of this little swirly color background. Now I'm going to take the background. You can see where there's the settings section for the background. Here's the different colors that are in it. I can click on the yellow here, my color wheel will pop up, and instead of yellow, maybe I want green. Let's go wigwam with our color selections here. Instead of this pinky color, I want blue. And instead of this pinky color, let's go kind of white. Where are we at? Come here. Let's just go blue with that. Okay. Take the middle color. Maybe I make it white. So I have changed the colors on this, and the text will roll over the top of that background. Now, let's get a little fancy. I'm going to show you the very beginnings of keyframing. I'm going to click right here at the beginning of this color. This dot here, I click on that, that's the keyframe dot. So what that does is it's letting me know that there's like a marker there that's marking something in time. I'm going to come to the end, I'm going to do another keyframe, and what this will do is I'm going to change the color at the end. So what will happen is that green will morph out. Watch the thing up top. The green washes out to white because that's what I told the keyframe to do. Really look at that corner of the screen there. It goes from green to white. This is actually the beginning of 3D animation. There'll be a keyframe training video in a bit. But I want you to choose this background, the blob's background. Set it down, put some text over the top of it, and I want you to mess around a little bit with keyframes and changing the settings on the background.